Have you ever wondered who your club should sell? Yo guys, it's Griffey back with another video, and today I'm talking about one player your club needs to sell to become a better club. I'm going to start with Arsenal. Cedric Soares, he takes so much wages up. Yes, he was good for Southampton, but he needs to move on now. He's had his time. I think his time's up now, and he needs to move on now because Arsenal, he's getting paid 20-30k a week just for sitting on the reserves team. It's ridiculous. Come on, Arsenal. Aston Villa is Coutinho. Used to be worth 100 million, now is worth about 10 million. Sorry, Coutinho. I just feel like your time is up with Aston Villa. I think your time playing football's up. I think you should maybe retire. Not against you, Coutinho. You've had a really good career, but I think your time's up, Coutinho. You've played well, but I think it's your time to leave now. Leave on a high. You know, you've played well, you've done well, but it's your time. Bournemouth, I'm going for Ben Pearson. I feel like Ben Pearson has had a really tough time since moving from Preston to Bournemouth. He had so many loan spells, and I feel like he's just suffered now, and it's time for him to find a Championship club where he belongs, because he is a decent player, but not Premier League quality. Brentford, it's Sergio Canos. Yes, he was good. They snatched him up for 2 million back in the day, but I feel like now he's just suffering the base on the bench again. Some loan spells, he did really well in a loan spell, but get him to a better club. Leave Brentford isn't the club for you, so I'd move on if I was him. But Brighton, I'm going for Robert Sanchez. The 25-year-old goalkeeper is a good keeper, but they've got Jason Steele, and Robert Sanchez's wages is quite a lot, so I would try and maybe find a cheaper goalkeeper as a second keeper instead of Robert. Burnley, I'm going for Jay Rodriguez. Really good player in the Premier League a few years ago. Scored a few goals, but I think they've got better options now, and he is a good person in the changing rooms, but I feel like they need a new player as a striker and someone who can deliver regularly, because he's getting one goal every 3 games in the Championship. Ain't going to happen in the Prem, is it? Chelsea, I'm going for Aubameyang. He's been a waste of money. He's a bit of a waste of space for Chelsea, honestly, to be honest. And he's just bringing their club down. We're being paid £200,000 a week. It's ridiculous. Honestly, get rid of Aubameyang, I am saying. Crystal Palace, Joe Ward, yes, he was their first option right back, but they can get so much better than Joe Ward. Joe Ward, honestly, he's not a good player. I'm sorry, Joe Ward. If you're a fan of Joe Ward, it's your choice, but I'm not a big fan of Joe Ward. Sorry, Joe Ward. Everton, I am going for Dele Alli. I feel like his time is up at Everton, and they gambled on him, Everton, but I think his time's up. But he needs to find a new club, as he's just suffered quite a lot at Everton. Maybe go to one of the Turkish leagues or other French league or something, just to get his football back up, and maybe he can improve from here. Fulham didn't really think of money, so he's been on the bench a lot, worth a lot, decent amount of money, cost a lot of money, so that's why I'm getting rid of him. But otherwise, most Fulham players are pretty decent. Liverpool, Nathaniel Phillips, I feel like he's just been a bit of a waste of talent. Leeds are interested. I think if you can get a contract at Leeds, I would go to Leeds, because he's been sitting on the bench for so long, and I feel like it's time to move on. Luton wasn't too sure, but Luke Freeman, he's more of a Championship player. When he played for QPR, I think he's a Championship player, if I'm honest, not a Premier League quality player, so I would try and get rid of him if I was honest. So if I was getting rid of someone, it would be Luke Freeman. Man City, Zach Stefan for me, sorry. I feel like Zach Stefan, he was playing for Middlesbrough last season, did well in the Championship, is a Premier League quality keeper, but I don't feel like he's going to get the game time he wants at Man City. So that's why I'm telling him to move on. Man United, Harry Maguire, I'm sorry, Maguire, I'm sorry, but I feel like your time is up now. You've had your time. I've given you opportunity, but for you, I think, move to a different club, try and prove you are what you're worth. I think go from there. Newcastle, Ryan Fraser, he's been poor for me this season. I feel like he's wasted at Newcastle, where he was good at Bournemouth. Thought he was a good signing back in the day, but I think his time's up again. Nottingham Forest, it's Jonjo Shelvey. Love Jonjo, but I think it's time for Jonjo to retire. He's about 38 probably now. So it's time. Well, no, so he's getting older now. Sorry, not 38. Fabianski was 38, but he's getting older now. So I think Jonjo needs to retire. Sheffield United, it's Chris Basham. Basham's a decent player, but I feel like he's getting old too, and he's getting to the point where he's not actually as good as any of the other players anymore, and he needs to go. Tottenham, Sanchez, the centre back from Colombia. Yes, he was good when he was actually like starting, but I feel like he needs to move to be able to get the better out of his ability, because he's not as good as he was anymore, and I feel like his abilities could be useful for another club, so that's why I think he should move. Second to last, it's West Ham's Fabianski. He is 38, Fabianski is, so I feel like it is time for Fabianski to go. Great goalkeeper in his prime, he's over 300 appearances, but I feel like he's suffered now and he's just retiring. He is 38, so he is very old now. Wolves, it's Raul Jimenez. Raul Jimenez is he's old, he looks about 50, he's always injured, so I think Raul Jimenez has to go. So guys, that's it for the video. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like, subscribe. It's been Griff, and I'm out.